Alright, in this video I want to talk about the gym and physique. This is you before watching this video, and this is you after watching this video. Basically, you go from this to this guy. And yeah, in this video I want to talk about 3 tips. Number 1, what is the optimal frequency? So as we all know, there's such a thing as too much exercise, or mental health in this context, but there's also such a thing as too little, and let's find out what that is. So in this study, peak mental health was observed when people trained between 3 to 5 times a week, so around 4 times, and between 30 to 60 minutes per session, so around 45 minutes. People who were exercising daily had bad mental health, and people who never exercised also had bad mental health, on average, in comparison. So if you want to be depressed, either exercise daily, which will lead to overtraining, or never exercise at all. But if you want to maximize mental health, you should basically follow these numbers. Try to exercise around 4 times a week, and between 30 to 60 minutes per session, so around 45 minutes. If you're doing 2-hour sessions, that's bad for your mental health, and if you're doing gym 6 or 7 times a week, that's also bad for mental health. The interesting part is, if you look at the hypertrophy data, the numbers are around the same for most people. So if you want to maximize hypertrophy, you should actually have similar numbers to this for most people. If you exercise daily, it's bad for hypertrophy because your central nervous system never gets enough rest, but it's also bad for your mental health because you're going to be overtrained. You're going to have chronically high cortisol. The ideal scenario is to sit in between these numbers for most people, or the average person. And this is a mistake that I used to do. I used to not have enough rest days, but now I'm actually trying to follow these numbers. And in theory, that should increase hypertrophy and mental health as well. Because like I said, I used to train every single day or almost every single day, and that's not ideal according to the literature, both when it comes to mental health, but also when it comes to hypertrophy data. And by the way, quick reminder, you should absolutely join the Skool community. There's a female gaze physique program on the Skool community. Everything is already pre-planned, all the right muscles are targeted and prioritized, so you can either waste a ton of time trying to figure out what works and waste a ton of time with the research, or you can join the Skool community and bypass the whole process. So again, join the Skool community. I think it's a pretty smart choice because there you'll find exactly what to do to reach your goals faster. Number 2, drop sets. So in this systematic review and meta-analysis, drop sets resulted in similar muscle hypertrophy than the traditional sets. You can tell by the results, there was no significant difference in hypertrophy, and on top of that, they took around half to 1/3 of the time. So they reached similar levels of hypertrophy, but with less time. So you can do them if you're in a rush, but there's a caveat, which is drop sets, they tend to lean towards the sarcoplasmic side of hypertrophy. So if what you want is pure hypertrophy, pure myofibrillar hypertrophy, then I would still lean towards the traditional sets with longer rest times. Because again, not all hypertrophy is equal. So personally, I don't really do drop sets, but if you're limited on time, it can be a good idea to do drop sets instead of traditional ones, since you're going to be doing more sets, but in less time. And number 3, start with high priority muscles. So based on this systematic review and meta-analysis, the muscles that you put in the beginning of the workout, they tend to be the ones that progress faster. And that's because at the beginning of the workout is when you have the most energy and neural drive. You also have full glycogen stores in the beginning of the workout. So for multiple reasons, if you really want to prioritize a muscle, then perhaps it's a good idea to put it in the beginning of the workout compared to later on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, if you don't want to waste years with research and trial and error, you can join the Skool community. I tell you exactly what to do to optimize for a female gaze physique, which muscles you should target, which exercises you should do, the timing, the volume, the frequency, etc. Everything is already researched for you, and I already did all the trial there. So if you want to bypass all of that and get the most results possible with the least amount of effort possible, then join the Skool community. Everything is already there. The program is already pre-built. You don't have to do any research. I already did all of that for you. And yeah, if you want to save time and possibly money and bypass all the hours of research and trial and error, then you can just join the Skool community, and everything is already there and exactly what to do. So it's a link in the pinned comment, and I'll see you on the inside.